Everyone, I'm here in place of Ellen Heather, who is unwell, but it's my pleasure to be here and to co-present with our librarian research, Vasiti Chambers. Our presentation this afternoon is on enhancing the quality of research through information research skills. No one can talk about research without talking about information, right? And there has been a tendency at USP and elsewhere to talk about information, research and literacy skills when people hit postgraduate studies. But the context in which I wish to put you is the research begins from the minute that a student enters the university, whether they come in at a prelim level or a first year degree level. Everyone has to do assignments, and assignments require them to look for information. That is research. When you look at the facets of research in the RSD, you will see that each of those takes place, is needed in order for some quality output, whether it's an assignment, and we see that you start at foundation, your assignments are at a certain level, and the requirement for depth is at that appropriate level. And as students progress, the requirements get deeper and deeper, and therefore the knowledge and the skills to search for the appropriate information gets deeper also. And that's our role. The role of the library and librarians is to teach people. You will notice we have an go back one, please. Information literacy and information research skills. In library terms, it's information literacy. There's information literacy standards that were referred to yesterday, and they underpin what we do, and we've applied them at USB. However, academics and students tended to think of that as for library people. Not for us, that's for them. They talk about that literacy. So we turned it into research skills. Suddenly I thought, oh, maybe that has a connection to what I do. So that's why the program at USB Library is called Information Research Skills, so that everybody becomes owners or feels more comfortable, and it's not just the librarian sector. So having said that, we started in 2000. And when STAR came along with RSD, it was perfect for us. In fact, we were working in a framework similar to that, first year, second year, third year, and the various components. So for me, information research skills is what we do, and what we do best, because we're trained to do that, and something that we are trying to inculcate and embed from the very beginning to the end of postgrad studies. And I'll leave Va to tell you how we've been doing that, what our ongoing plans are, and what we aim to achieve. And at the end, I'll join her in answering any questions you might have. So over to you, Va.
Thank you, Lily. Sorry, I'll just take you through the levels of information research skills. We teach your undergraduate students from foundation, preliminary students to postgraduate students, and we also teach your staff, academics and non-academics as well. And if I could just share with you the undergraduate's offerings, we are thankful for UU 100, and we collaborate with the generic course with our aim to build the students with information research skills. Library tours, people often think that it's orientation activity, but it's an opportunity for us to share with your students not only the services, but the resources that we have in the library as a starting point from the library catalog. At course level collaboration, we share information research skills through with you as faculty members in a lecture setting where you give us time in your maybe in your tutorial or your lecture session, half an hour, and we do the live demo to your students. And the other part of it is that with the hands-on class, you will liaise with IT for a lab, then we will come in and teach your students. One-to-one session, we often have students who walk in and would like to know more about our session. We also have the walk-in sessions, as you may have seen in the tuku-tuku messages. Okay, it's been very popular, and also we try to reach out as much as possible to undergraduate students, starting from the student learning support units, by faculty, specific TEF, your first year experience coordinators. We attend your workshops, and also we reach out to Disability Center for our students. Okay, this is the UU 100 topics. And these are the modules for undergraduate students, the one that goes on to tuku-tuku. This is what I want to share with you today, aligning the IRS program to RSD. For us, when we look at the facet, find and generate in any given class, we reiterate to students that in order for them to identify the tools for searching, for example, databases, search engines, Google Scholar, and the online catalog, it's very important for them to understand the background of the assignment. And from there, they will identify the key terms or the search terms, connect it with the Boolean operators, you must have heard about it. And then with that, they will be able to run their search using the search box. Then the next level is to evaluate and reflect. At this point, they will be asking a lot of questions when they receive the results. At the same time, when they are evaluating how it is relevant to their assignments, is it credible enough to support their arguments? And also, at the same time, if they have less or it's not supporting their assignment need, they will be analyzing and synthesizing. In fact, we need to be creative. We teach them the skills on how to work with the databases, how to refine their search, how to go about using alternative terms, subject terms, the use of natural language, and the preferred terms that the databases will put on the screen. Okay, there's a way of doing that. And on the left side or on the right side of the screen, you will have your limiters. We teach them how to do that. In the level where they organize and manage, we are using EndNote, it's a paid software, and Mendeley. We teach them on how to organize their resources once they're finding, after they evaluate it, and also they can create subfolders, and in that folder, they can label and say, I will use this for my introduction, this I will use it for the body of my essay and the conclusion. And also with the updated version of EndNote, you can store full text of the article, and also when you're using EndNote, it connects with Word and you can highlight for sticky notes. Communicate and apply, that's the last part, where the writing and the discussion goes. And cite while you write using EndNote, that's when they write and they, it's connected to Word, they cite their sentence or paragraph, and it automatically lists their references at the end of the document. Okay? And the same principle is used for Mendeley. Postgraduates, we share the program with your postgraduate students. It's a one-day workshop and it's held on a Saturday. We provide the program to the core research courses, as you can see on the screen, by faculty. For the courses that are, for those who are not taking the core research courses, we also offer the program on a Saturday for them. And a one-to-one consultation, they can always come back to us for a recap session, or if they're facing difficulties with their resources, full text, that's where we come in. Course level collaboration, an example, we collaborate with the lecturers in terms of providing special classes for your students. And the list I have there on the screen with agriculture and MS 411 students. Faculty collaboration, we attend your postgraduate events, orientation, and information sessions as well. This is an example of the AL 400, and I want to share a little bit about this. As you can see, like from the beginning, we have the overview of the database, because when we send out messages through Tukutuku, we invite your students, we find that some of them have left the university for some time. So the one-day program is very intensive, because we start from level 1 and it goes up. And they really appreciate it. These are teachers who live as far as North Story. Some come all the way from the western side. And we are happy to, like everyone else, I know that we agree that we enjoy the framework, because it gives us the opportunity to share with your students on research skills. The other part of this presentation is fostering research culture. While we teach your students, we also teach you as academics, so that we are talking on the same levels, same language. And also for our own staff in the library, we have in-house training to equip them when they are at the information desk. Also with the library tours, as I've mentioned earlier, it is important for us. And during the tour, we share with your students the resources, the types of resources that are available in the library. Ask a Librarian is a service, and it's very popular when it comes to postgraduate students and undergrad who have questions on research. We've just revamped the library webpage, and we've the way we've done it to capture the images, not only the images but the words, so that it is user-friendly and students can access our resources effectively. Subject guides are subject-specific guides tailor-made to your disciplines. And also we have links to instructional videos for information research skills session. Research support is our priority. We have subscriptions to major publishers, Sage, Taylor and Francis, and also we place high priority in deselecting of print resources. Not only to create space, but the main important focus is to, we would like to purchase more on the current curricula and research themes of the university. Promoting the university's research publication, the USP Electronic Research Repository. We are working with research offers in, when you store your journals in the repository, we help in the referencing bit so that it is compliant with international standard. We are doing that with them. And talks are in place for the implementation for OCAD, which will assist you in your research and also manage the role is to manage your research, managing research identity. Liaison librarian outreach, we do this as often every semester with the academics and also the student learning support unit and instructional designers. We coordinate training for academics. Recently we just had the research, analytics and discovery training. We sent out emails through Tukutuku, and we had the expert from Climate Analytics to conduct the training. Also, we have an electronic resource librarian and the current reader services librarian to support the research for USP. The move for the liaison librarian to based faculty teams of librarians, the idea is to work with the Associate Dean of Research in terms of giving more support for research. Ongoing and for the future, we found we are already providing IRS or information research skills program to your students undergraduate level. However, we found that there's more work to be done on that. What we've done, we've identified some research courses, and we are coordinating with the faculty, some of the course coordinators, so that we'll be able to prepare a web-based research guide for them. And also, this will begin in semester 2017. And our plan is to provide more in-depth exploration of research skills, exposure, develop more research strategies, and more on the EndNote program. Okay, this is the support for future. On journal ranking systems, how can we help? We want to be involved, informed in any way, likewise vice versa from us to research.